Okay, welcome to my part 2 of rating every single blush in my collection. This clip is very out of place because I wasn't expecting to do a 2-part. The first part just got way too long. So this is just me another day prepping to film even more videos. That's why I don't have anything on. But welcome to part 2, and I'm gonna complete the entire blush collection in this video. If you missed part 1, I rated my first set of blushes in that video. There were several swatches, several formulas, and this is the rest of my collection. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so while we're here, I also have the Charlotte Tilbury Lip and Cheek Glow. It's the Love and Light Lip Cheek Glow, and this one is the Pillow Talk Color of Dreams shade. This might be a Nordstrom exclusive. That's where I got it. I feel like I saw that somewhere, but so this is just basically very much giving Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge vibes. It's a classic cream blush. You look at it and it's exactly what it looks like. It is buildable, like you can wear this pretty sheer or you can build it up. I really don't have that many complaints with it. Again, do I think it's like ultra special? This is like, I think almost $40. No, you could find a lot of similar things at the drugstore at a much cheaper price point. So I'm going to give sis a 2.5. You know, like it's pretty. I really don't have that much complaint, or I really don't have many complaints with it. But for the price, I just think there are so many other things out there that are so similar. To me, it's again, nothing extremely special. I think most of you know my love for this next blush formula. This is the Kaja Cheeky Stamp blush, and I actually only have one. I used the shade Koi forever, finally ran out of it, and I got Saucy at the beginning of the year, I think during whatever the last Sephora sale was. So these are literally what the name says. Okay, I will preface this by saying I hate the packaging. The packaging is so wasteful and makes no sense. It's stupid. I will just go ahead and say that. So there's a stamp in the top, which is hard AF. Like this is, it's like, why is it this rock hard piece of foam? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the packaging at all. So in the top you have a useless rubber, or it's not even rubber. I think it's supposed to be foam, but it's so hard. I would never use it. And then you kind of have like that K-pop beauty sponge style blush in the bottom. And okay, the swatch is not going to do this justice. I might pop some on because I did the swatch yesterday of this and I was like, this is not going to give this blush justice. I love the formula of these. They are it's like serum-like. It's like a serum blush, very like Korean beauty style, looks very like youthful and glowy on the face. Okay, I got my sponge here and I'm just going to pick up a little bit and tap. Okay, so when I did my swatch, it looks so sheer, but I promise it's really not. Like, did you see that small tap? Just added quite a bit of color to my cheeks, and it's just so easy to apply. It looks beautiful. I love this formula. I hate the packaging. I'm gonna have to knock off a solid star for the packaging. I'm sorry, but something needs to be done. Like, not only does this need to be more like eco-friendly, this is just a bulky, large, the whole top portion's gotta go. Like, you could literally cut away. And actually, hold on, Kaja has another blush formula, which I'm gonna talk about, but it's much more user-friendly than this. But you could literally chop away half of this and just have this small, okay, sorry, my camera died, but I was basically saying you could chop this in half and it would be perfectly fine. Just have the little sponge part at the bottom, but it does get a full star docked for the packaging because it's bulky. Like, no one wants to travel with this bulkness. So Kaja, if you're watching this, let's brainstorm. Let's figure something out because this is a great blush formula, not so great packaging. Okay, this is what they need to mimic. So this is another cream blush formula by Kaja. I don't like this formula as much, but I like the packaging better. So this is the Cutie Bento, and it's in Juicy Watermelon. Look at that. Look at that little guy. I mean, that is like, this is what I want to see. And there's 2 blush colors in here. So we have a beautiful, this one's in the shade Juicy Watermelon. We have a beautiful, nice little nude guy on top there, and then a brighter one in the bottom. And I just have to say, this blush formula is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. I don't think it has the wow factor like the Cheeky Stamp does. It's just not that serum texture. This is just very much, again, Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge vibe. Nothing wrong with that. And I am going to be talking about Pot Rouge. Should we talk about her next? Maybe so. But it's just a classic cream blush formula, and again, no complaints. Like, it's actually very pretty, it's quite pigmented, and I do love the packaging better. Like, look at that. I love it. I love that I could just, like, you just toss it in. Is there a makeup brand that focuses on like super small products? Am I onto something? Am I onto something? Because I don't know what it is. Something about a little tiny product like this, it gets me going. I like it. We're gonna go 3.5. Because I simply love the packaging. That adds some stars here, and the formula is not bad. It is just classic. Like, it's a classic, and I would say that honestly I would reach for this over, because I was talking about the Charlotte Tilbury kind of being a classic. This is way less than the Charlotte Tilbury, plus you get 2 colors. I love that part about it. You can mix and match your colors. Nice classic formula. It just, again, like I said, doesn't have as much of a wow factor as the Cheeky Stamp. So we're gonna say about a 3.5 on this little guy. Plus, I don't think, if they still make these, I didn't even look to see if they still make these. I think they do, because I got this one not long ago, but they don't have many colors. From what I remember, they may have had like 3 colors. Here she is, the woman of the hour. I have been referencing Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge throughout this video because this particular product was such a pivotal moment for me in my makeup journey. This is one of the first ever cream blushes I can remember using. And I compared these, and I say classic for a reason. Not only is Bobbi Brown just a classic makeup brand, but the Pot Rouges are just such classic cream blushes. Like, you look at this and this is what you remember when you saw a cream blush back in the day. Something about it is just so nostalgic to me, and very similar formula to that Kaja Cutie Bento Cream Blush formula. It's just middle ground, not too sheer, not too pigmented. It's ultra creamy. It looks fresh on the cheeks. Like, there's really nothing to complain about with this particular blush formula. I don't know how many colors they make in these now. I actually got these off QVC when I went to Bobbi Brown's website earlier in the year, and this could have been last year too. And I did not see Pot Rouge on there, and I was like, oh, did they get rid of Pot Rouge? And then I saw QVC was running a deal where you could get 2 for like the price of 1, and I was like, yes, I need those classics back in my collection. So these were off of QVC, so they may not even be, the shades are Pale Pink and Powder Pink, which make no sense at all. This is called Pale Pink. Why is that called Pale Pink? And this one's called Powder Pink, which it's not even pink. It's like a nude. I was really confused by that. But anyways, I know they're still making these because I got one in PR a couple of weeks ago, and I don't have it here. It was like cherry cola or something like that. It was like a deep wine color for the fall time. 3.5, same as the Cutie Bento, because I think the formulas are so similar. Not as small, but still super slim and compact. Okay, these are very bougie blushes. They are quite on the pricey side. Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks. I have 3 colors. I have a full size and I have 2 small ones. I love these. I rave about these all the dang time. They are amazing, great blush formulas. They come in some really stunning colors. And I will say, on the pricier side, but they do make up for it in packaging. Like, the packaging is heavy, it's substantial on these. So if you like bougie, well-performing cream blushes, then go for these. I mean, they are all, but I am going to compare them to a slightly cheaper alternative that I've already talked about. But they are velvety and smooth, and they give like a super blurring appearance to the skin. Very easy to apply, very pigmented cream blushes. However, I do want to say, if you want something slightly cheaper at a very similar like performance level and also look, the Persona Dream Sticks. Like, I think Well, if you want to know what the inside of this bougie packaging looks like, I just broke my little mini here. I don't know if it's going to go back in. It doesn't appear that it's going to. Nice. Nice. We love to see it. Okay, well, I don't know how to fix that. So, anyways, Persona Dream Stick. The literally like velvety, smooth, blurring. The colors are quite different in the lineup though. With the Persona one, there's a range of, the Persona one has a good range of neutrals and also pretty bright colors. Like you can get a really bright berry, a red in the Persona lineup. With the Westman ones, they run more like neutral, I would say. There's a couple of brighter, deeper colors. But not as many, like for sure running on the neutral side. So honestly, I love the Westman. I cannot fault them for being bougie. That is just them. That is the name of the game for them. I think they own up to it with packaging, even though I just broke that one. I'm gonna give them a 4 because it's a really lovely formula, like no complaints at all. Speaking of cutie products, we have some Mighty Minis here. I remember when these used to be huge and Milk Makeup rebranded them. They are the Lip and Cheek, just Lip and Cheek cream blushes and lippies from Milk Makeup. You know what I'm saying here. You get what I'm saying here. The Milk Makeup cream blushes, and obviously for lips, but I never used these on the lips. So back in the day, these were huge. They were massive. You remember, I know you do. Then Milk rebranded, like they were literally like giant deodorant sticks. They rebranded to these, and a lot of people were pissed, but I kind of like it. There's a lot of product in here. Let's see, compared to, okay, I'm going to talk about Tower28 in a little bit. This has 4.5 grams in it. So, okay, Persona has 9. So Persona has more. I don't know why I'm comparing these right now. Okay, and Jones Road has 9 grams. So it's kind of somewhere in between, I guess I would say. It's definitely confusing because they look so small, like you're not getting a ton of product, but you definitely do. I like these. There are so many really good colors in these blush lip combination formulas here. I also really love the cream bronzers and the highlighters. So this whole lineup in general, I am quite the fan of. This color called Enigma is gorgeous. Brown, just neutral heaven. Absolutely love that one. And then I have the shade called Quirk here too, which is more of a bright scarlet tone. These are going to be a 4. These are going to be a 4 for me. I am just like, I am serving you with premium cream blush ratings right now. I have no complaints. Like these, if you want to compare these to the past 2 that I've talked about, the Persona Dream Stick blushes and the Westman Atelier, these are definitely more on the dewy side. They don't have that like velvet satin finish. You're definitely gonna get a little bit of like tack and glow on the cheek with these, but it's not overwhelming. Like it's not anything, it's not like the Jones Road Miracle Balm, for example. So yeah, these are 4 if you like clean beauty, if you like travel friendly and want a large shade selection to choose from. These might be a winner for you. Let's go ahead and pivot back to Jones Road here. This is the Jones Road Lip and Cheek Sticks. And I have to say, I really like these. I like the color selection. I have one called Tawny Rose that is literally my ride or die. It's like one of my favorite blush shades. I've been wearing it for the entire year, ever since I got it. It's back home in my, on my little makeup counter in my bathroom. It's part of my project pan, but I don't know if I'll ever use it up because, yeah, I mean, we already read off, these have 9 grams of product. I would categorize these as another classic blush formula. They are just really gorgeous and they definitely have sheen to them. They definitely have a little bit of emollients. They come in some really beautiful colors. I love that you can use them on lip and cheek, and I like the packaging. Packaging is slim, easy to apply, easy to travel with. You do get some dew, like some glow coming from within, and I just think they're so easy and classic to apply. Probably one of my favorite products from Jones Road, honestly. These get a 4 from me. Like I don't have anything bad to say about them. They're just good. Like, they're classic, they're good, they look good with any makeup look. I feel like even, you know, I feel like Jones Road really appeals to the super natural crowd, but I feel like people who are even more into like glam or higher coverage could really get down with these as well. Okay, I've been sitting close to the camera. I'm gonna sit back a little bit because my back's starting to hurt. I've been like perfect posture here. And we still got quite a few left to go. So I'm gonna kick it back here. Next up we have Mob Beauty's Cream Blush Formula. Mob is a newer brand to me. I have been learning so much about this brand because their co-founder lives in Nashville, and I've had a couple opportunities to chat with her and meet up and just talk about how Mob started. So if you missed my Mob Beauty video and how this brand started, Alicia Gallagher's co-founder and another one of her founders is the previous head chemist for MAC Cosmetics. So he was there when MAC started and formulated literally all of the products that we know and love up until Estee Lauder acquired MAC Cosmetics. So, you know, the people who are making these products know what they're doing. What's really cool is I'm gonna meet up with them for a little bit of like a lab day, like behind the scenes, and we're gonna create some fun stuff. But this is their cream blush formula. I have a couple. One of mine is in a palette over there. This one is in the shade M72. So this is a really interesting formula. It's very creamy, very pigmented, but it has a lot of grip to it, which you don't find a lot in a cream blush formula. And if you don't know what I mean by grip, grip is basically like the ability of a product to stay on the skin. So when you swipe this, you can feel it like attaching to the skin. So if you're someone that struggles with cream blushes and not getting them to like stay on your skin, for example, this could be a really good formula to look into. These are very almost like velvety satin finish. They have great color payoff, but they also grip to the skin really well. Very solid cream blush formula. One of the probably higher or longest wearing cream blushes that I have in my collection. I'm gonna give these a solid 4.5, and I could be mistaken, but I do wanna see, it's similar to what I said with the Persona. I wanna see a little bit more variety in the finish on these, because I do think that they are all like satin finish. So I'd like to see something in the mix that is maybe a little bit more dewy or does have a little bit of a shift to it. You know, something that has a little bit of a glow to it. But all in all, very solid, long wearing cream blush formula. Milani Cheeks has been a longtime favorite cream blush formula. I remember when I couldn't find good liquid or cream blushes at the drugstore, the Cheek Kisses were there by my side. This is a really good affordable liquid blush option. Honestly, it's kind of similar to the Laura Mercier tinted blush formulas, tinted moisturizer blushes. So if you want something that I would say is a pretty close dupe, like formula wise, very pigment wise, and the texture, these are really close. You don't have as many color options with the Milani though. But I really love these for a drugstore product. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4-star. It's pretty, it applies really nicely. It's got a good amount of pigment to it. Same kind of complaint though as with the Laura Mercier is that I just kind of have to be careful when I dab this out, because you can definitely get heavy-handed with it. Okay, so these are the water blushes from Undone Beauty. I don't know how I feel about these. I don't reach for them often. They are very cool. Like when you swatch them on your hand or on your cheeks, they feel cooling. Like it feels like you're putting water on your skin. So I do think that's really neat. Formula wise, to me, they're very similar to the Oleoso bombs. They have like a very sheer payoff. Actually, this color looks almost identical to Persimmon. It's called Peach. The Undone Beauty one is called Peach. But yeah, very similar texture. However, these to me have more of a stain. Like they give a stain to the cheeks. And something like when I swatch, even when I swatch, the color switches up a little bit. So I'm wondering if there's like a pH adjusting formula to this. I could be wrong. But I did have quite a few of these. I only have this one now. And like I said, personally, I don't reach for these often, but I could see someone who's just into super natural makeup. Again, same type of person that would really like those tinted balms, going for this. Travel friendly, very cutesy, easy to apply. I'm gonna give it probably about a 3, just because for me personally, like it's just not the style that I would go for. But like I said, I can see some people, you know, thinking that this is a really cool and innovative product, which it is. It's just not something that color-wise, especially like with a lot of these colors, they just aren't ones that I reach for. They're a little bit more of like those popsicle colors. But all in all, the stain lasts. Like it will last on your cheeks throughout the day. I'm just gonna say 3. It's like in the middle for me, but it's not something I personally reach for that often, but it could be for you. Okay, so this is Tower28's Beach Please cream blushes. I love these. I thought I had another one and it could be at my house, but Magic Hour is the only one that I have to show right now. I love most products from Tower28, and you know what? This formula to me is gonna fall into Pot Rouge territory. Like it's very similar. It's more dewy than a Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge, but I love the colors that Tower28 come out with. And I would say maybe even slightly more pigmented, which is funny because Tower28 is notoriously, to me, a little bit more of a sheer brand. But every single one of these cream blushes that I've tried, I have been such a fan of. This is just the one that I use the most and I keep at my office. So these are going to get a 4.5 for me, simply because they're pigmented, they are easy to apply. Look how pigmented that is. And I mean, you can sheer it out like if you want. And I love the color selection. I love the colors that you can get these. They're very fun. So straight to the point on this. 4.5. Okay, these next few blushes I'm going to talk about are ones that I have not the greatest experience with. I've either not owned them very long or I just haven't used them that much, except for this one that I'm about to talk about. It's the Clinique Chubby Stick Color Balm. I don't like this. I tried to like it, and when I swatch it on the back of my hand, it doesn't seem that bad, but on my face, I can't get it to like show up. I can't get it to do anything. I don't know. Let me try to like put a little bit on. I also bought the Chubby like bronzer with this, and I don't know. I will say I've only used it a handful of times, but nothing has just spoken to me. It's just kind of like flat, typical cream blush formula. So for me, this is probably gonna come in at like a 2. It's like below average to me. Doesn't have the best longevity. And the formula is just weird to me. Like I can't get a feel if it's like satiny, but it's also not super pigmented. There is like some reflex happening with it. Okay, so far so good with this next product. This is the Liv Tinted Hue Stick, and I have mine in the shade called Perk. So you can use this on your cheeks, your lips, and your eyes. And there's like 3 colors you can pick from. This is a Liv Tinted is like a multi-use brand. And I have actually really been enjoying this. I've used it quite a few times. I like the color. It's like a very soft peach tone. And this looks so banging on the lips with like a dark brown liner. Like it looks really, really good. Should I put it on? Is it just me or does my base look really good today? I'm wearing the MAC, like the new serum powder foundation from MAC, which I wasn't super impressed with when I tried the first time, but it looks good right now. Okay, I'm gonna put a darker lip liner on. It's kind of darker. And then I'm just gonna pat a little bit of this like Hue Stick in the middle. I don't know, I think it's so pretty. May not go with my makeup today, but I think it's a really pretty color, and I like this just like pencil formula. I don't know, I'm gonna give it like a 3.84 just because it is very versatile. Like you can use this on your lips, cheeks, and eyes, and I think the color is really pretty. I think there's only a few colors that you can pick from, and I also think with some of the deeper shades, you can use them as like under eye correctors. Yeah, I've been liking it. We have a classic here, kind of a classic. It's a play off the classic. It's Benefit Flora Tint. So of course, Benetint was the big thing back in the day. I got this Flora Tint last year, and I have to admit, I'm just not a stain girly. I just don't wear stains that often. I think this color is really pretty. Like it's almost a blood orange. Like the color is really pretty. And when you shear it out, it does stain. But again, it's like that popsicle color vibe, which just isn't my thing. So for me personally, like I never reach for this. I am going to give it like a 2 because I'm not a stain girly and I shouldn't have bought it to begin with. If you're a stain girly, it would probably be higher up. So just know I'm kind of like a stain hater when it comes to makeup. I don't know why. I just feel like it doesn't go with my skin type or skin tone maybe. But yeah, this is just not one that I reach for. So she's getting a 2. We are on the final draw here and we are coming down to the wire to particular ones that I either haven't used in a long time or that are in the other room and I need to just go get them because I swatched them yesterday and the day before. That's how long it took swatches and I'm already running late. I've been filming this for 2 hours now. But this is a singleton that I found in my collection that I've not picked up in forever. It's the Chanel Le Beige blush number 20. And oh my God, I just realized I left a crucial blush, I don't think it's here at my office. Damn it. It might be here. I'm gonna go look. But I have 2 Chanel blushes and I only have this one to talk about, which is not anything to like brag about majorly. This is the Le Beige blush number 20. It's a blush stick and that's really it. Like that's all I have to say about it. It's giving, honestly, like it's giving this Clinique, I swear this Clinique blush formula and the Chanel one are the same. They give off the same vibe. They have this like glitter in them, but they're not luminous. And then they're like just super satin and almost dry. I don't like this Chanel one, honestly. The color's pretty. The color's like almost like a bronzy rose tone. I don't remember. What did I give this Clinique one? A 2? 1.5? 2? I don't know. I wouldn't recommend going out and getting this. It's freaking expensive. And it's sister. That's what I meant to bring to my office. It might be out there, but I don't think it is. It's the Chanel Water Fresh blushes. Oh my God. Like, you want to talk about a gorgeous blush. Those. Let me go see if it's out here. Of course, it's not out there. It's nowhere to be found, which is weird because I don't think I saw it in my blush collection when I was getting all of my blushes from home. Okay, well, this is a cameo for Water Fresh blush from Chanel. It's good. It's a 5. It is stunning. It's serum youthful goodness. Like, it looks so fresh and youthful on the skin. But just know it's a fantastic blush. I'm mad that I didn't. I have one and I don't know. I don't know if I just overlooked it or what. But we need to briskly move along here because we're coming to an end. Next up, I have the Jensy Clean Sheen Cheek and Lip colors. These are really nice. They remind me a lot of Glossier Cloud Paints, if you remember those back in the day. I love this particular color called Lychee. It is such a beautiful like brownish mauve tone. I wouldn't say I'm as crazy about this formula as I am the Jensy mixed media liquid eyeshadows. These to me are, the packaging is very travel friendly, not so much as user friendly. Some of these brighter tones like this apple shade, I have to be very careful with when I squeeze out. And I've noticed that they can settle a little bit. So I went to squeeze one out the other day that I hadn't used in a while, and some oils had developed at the base of the tube, and a bunch of oil just came out without pigment. Not the most ideal, but I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Like, they're very pretty, very natural on the skin. Honestly, I'm probably going to give these like 2.5, 3. I can just think of several in my collection that are a little bit more user-friendly, and then I have shades that I gravitate towards a little bit more. Like I said, Lychee is it. I love this color. The other ones, not so much. They're a little bit brighter. Yeah, you kind of just have to be like into those particular colors. So nothing really bad to say about this formula, but there are ones that I would reach for over it in my collection. This is the last one. I think this is the last one. I just did one more wrap around to make sure. I've got them everywhere. Like, I've been photographing, swatching. They're just everywhere around my office right now. This is the last one, I believe, and it's another one from Undone. It's their Lip to Cheek palette, and this is a really cool vibe. So you have 3 strips of blush in here, and to my understanding, it goes sheerest to more full coverage, if that makes sense. So your top one here is the sheerest out of the formula. Your middle one has a little bit more pigment, and then the last one has the most pigment. And I would say that's true to the swatches here. I mean, you've got sheer, a little bit more, and then the fullest pigment. I think that's really cool. I don't love this color that I have, and I've always said that I'm gonna get another one, and I haven't yet. This one's called Flare. I'm just not into like bright pinks like that. I ordered it online and it looked like it was different. So I don't reach for it as often as I feel like I would if I had a more wearable color, but I love that you can use it on lips and cheeks, and that's just really innovative. I love having the same color but in different pigment levels. So if you wanted like more of a fuller coverage for your lips, like you have that fuller coverage option. If you want something more sheer on your cheeks, you have the strip that's more sheer. So I think that's really cool, and I do think the formula is really nice. It's very classic. I'm gonna redeem Undone from the watercolor rating. Well, the watercolor rating stands the same, but the lip to cheek palette, I'm gonna give that one a solid 4 because it's cool, it's innovative. It can do more than one thing. I'm like running out of things to say at this point. It's good. It's good and it's affordable. You can find Undone Beauty at Target, so it's pretty accessible. And I have no complaints about the palette. So she gets a 4. Random clip insert. I totally forgot as I was editing this. I did not talk about my Makeup by Mario soft pot blushes. I don't know. I swatched them, but didn't talk about them. So I really quickly want to throw in my Makeup by Mario soft pot blush. I love these. I think they are gorgeous. This is the shade Perfect Pink. It is the only one that I have at my office. Am I crazy, or did this change colors on me? Like, when I bought this, I could have swore that this was a brighter pink. No, I'm just gonna get straight to the point on these. I love them. I'm gonna give these a 4.5. I think they are gorgeous. I love the formula. They look youthful on. The only thing with these is I do feel like I need to set with a little bit of powder on top because they're very glowy and they're very youthful. So most of the time I do feel like I need just like a hint of setting powder on top, so they'll last and not remain, you know, tacky throughout the day. But other than that, there's something about this formula I really love. Very smooth, very easy to apply. The shades are gorgeous. I have this Perfect Pink, which I could have swore was darker. I feel like I'm losing my mind. And then I have like the really neutral shade at my house. It's in my project pan. So I have that one at my house, and it's just like the nude one. It barely shows up on the skin. I love these. So easy to apply. 4.5. But I do have to set my face with these. So that's why I'm docking half a star. All right, guys, that's it. I'm done. I've got to get out of here. This video has been like 4 days in the making. But I hope you enjoyed it. These videos get me, man. Like, to swatch all of these products and get like detailed reviews on all of them, it's time consuming, but I feel very rewarded at the end of it. And also I clean out some of these. Like, if she got under a 2, she's probably gone after this video. You know what I mean? So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the blushes in my collection. Let me know what you would like to see next in this rating all of my products in my series. I would love to know. I'm thinking I might revert back to complexion. We might do concealers next, which will take a toll on my face, but it's all for you, baby. It is all for you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye.